Welcome to Copilot Podcasts. Imagine using your college romance to steal billions in tech secrets. That's exactly what one of Marvel's most brilliant villains did. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of Sunset Bane, the genius who seduced Tony Stark, built a tech empire, and became the underworld's premier arms dealer. By the end of this episode, you'll understand how one woman outsmarted Iron Man and became both a legitimate CEO and a supervillain known as Madame Menace.
You know what's wild about Sunset Bane? She didn't start with any superpowers or special abilities, just raw intelligence and ambition.
Right, and her origin story is fascinating. Can you walk us through how she got her start?
Well, according to the records, it all began at MIT. Sunset Bane was a student there at the same time as Tony Stark, and she saw an opportunity that would change everything.
Wait, she and Tony Stark were at MIT together?
Yeah, and she executed one of the most brilliant corporate espionage schemes ever. She actually seduced young Tony Stark specifically to get access to Stark Industries' security codes.
Oh, wow, that's cold.
Absolutely. And here's the genius part. Within just 1 year of stealing those prototypes, she had established Bantronics, her own tech company, using the stolen designs.
So she basically built her empire on stolen Stark tech?
Exactly. But what's fascinating is how she maintained a completely spotless public reputation while simultaneously building an underground arms dealing operation.
Tell me more about this underground operation. How did that work?
So get this, she created this incredible underground catalog called the Sharper Villain Catalog. It was like Amazon for supervillains, but seasonal.
Wait, a seasonal catalog? Like a fashion magazine, but for weapons?
Exactly. And, it's kind of brilliant when you think about it. It's like the dark web before the dark web existed.
That's actually a really interesting parallel. The way she combined legitimate business with underground operations feels very modern.
And she didn't just sell weapons, she was constantly innovating. There's this wild story about how she got involved with Machine Man.
Oh yeah? What happened there?
So Machine Man lost his arm in a fight with Baron Brimstone, and Bane managed to acquire it. But here's the crazy part. She threatened the seller with flesh-eating roaches to get a better price.
Hold up, flesh-eating roaches? That's terrifying.
Right? She was ruthless, and she wanted to reverse engineer Machine Man's technology to build her own robot army.
Did she succeed?
Not exactly. Machine Man came to reclaim his arm, and despite her advanced tech, electromagnets, and sonic disruptor cannons, she ended up having to blow up her own yacht to escape.
She blew up her own yacht? Talk about commitment to the escape plan.
And that wasn't even her most ambitious scheme. Later, she got involved with something called the Duplicatron technology.
What's that?
It was a device that could create replicas of robots. She used it to make copies of Machine Man and another AI called Jocasta.
So she was basically trying to build her own army of robot clones?
Exactly. And she was smart about it too. She'd return slightly defective versions to throw people off her trail.
That's actually brilliant in a really evil way.
And she built quite a network. She worked with major villains like Dr. Octopus and even managed to recruit War Machine at one point.
She recruited War Machine? How did that happen?
She hired Parnell Jacobs, who wore the War Machine armor, specifically to study the technology. She was always thinking about how to expand her tech knowledge.
It's fascinating how she built this whole criminal empire while maintaining a legitimate business facade.
And that's what made her so dangerous. She wasn't just some underground arms dealer, she was courting senators and celebrities, building a legitimate empire.
Did anyone ever try to stop her?
Oh yeah, Silver Sable once tried to capture her during an arms demonstration. But Bane managed to escape with Dr. Octopus, out-monitoring both Sandman and Hawkeye.
She seems pretty much unstoppable.
Well, she did have one consistent weakness, her obsession with AI technology.
How so?
When she couldn't crack Jocasta's AI code, she actually had to go back to Tony Stark for help. That's how confident she was in her abilities.
Wait, she went back to the guy she originally betrayed? That's pretty bold.
And when he refused, she sent War Machine to destroy his current employers. That's how she operated, always with a backup plan.
You know what's interesting? She kind of represents the dark side of tech entrepreneurship.
Absolutely. She showed how thin the line can be between legitimate tech business and criminal enterprise.
And she did it all without any superpowers, just pure intellect and manipulation.
That's what makes her such a compelling villain. She's not trying to take over the world, she just wants to dominate the tech market, both legally and illegally.
Did she ever express any regret about betraying Tony Stark?
Not really. For her, it was just business. She saw an opportunity and took it, no matter the personal cost to others.
That's cold.
But effective. Her company, Bantronics, became a major player in the tech world, even working with Tony's brother Arno at one point.
So she managed to infiltrate the Stark family again?
Yeah, but that actually backfired. Arno ended up betraying her and replacing her with an AI duplicate.
Oh, wow. Talk about karma.
And it gets better. The AI duplicate helped Arno take control of both Bantronics and Stark Unlimited.
So she basically got beaten at her own game?
Exactly. The master manipulator finally got manipulated herself.
It's kind of poetic justice, isn't it?
And it shows how the tech world she helped create ultimately turned against her.
What do you think her legacy is in the Marvel Universe?
She really showed how dangerous corporate espionage could be in a world of superheroes and advanced tech.
And she did it all without any powers or fancy suits.
Just brilliant planning, manipulation, and an understanding of how to exploit people's weaknesses.
So when you step back from everything we've discussed, what's the bigger picture here?
I think Sunset Bane represents something really interesting. The idea that sometimes the most dangerous villains aren't the ones with supernatural powers, but the ones who understand how to manipulate both technology and people.
And in today's world of tech billionaires and corporate power, that feels more relevant than ever.
Exactly. She's like a cautionary tale about the dark side of innovation and ambition.
Well, that brings us to the end of today's episode of Copilot Podcasts. Remember, next time you hear about a tech startup's meteoric rise, maybe take a closer look at where their innovations really came from. Thanks for listening.